Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, the nation's economic future takes center stage as debate begins in Parliament on the 2026-2027 budget. Plus, 2 death investigations, 2 communities searching for answers, and police working to solve a homicide off Boyd Road and a suspicious death in Eleuthera. In sports, the Bahamas looking to defend home turf as the 14U Pony Championships continue under the lights. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. So glad you can join us. Good evening. I'm Desmond Saunders, and welcome to the broadcast. Bahamians expected to learn more about the government's economic plans for the country when debate begins on the 2026-2027 fiscal budget in the House of Assembly tomorrow. In his budget communication in Parliament last Wednesday, Minister of Finance, Honorable Michael Halkitis, touted a budget that is balanced, builds on progress, is responsible, and focused on the future. He unveiled budget estimates of $4.4 billion in revenue, with a projected $223.1 million in surplus. The Finance Minister also detailed several changes to tax and duty rates that are designed to improve fairness and access. He also highlighted expanded VAT relief measures that are designed to bring relief to consumers countrywide. Minister Halkitis also noted plans to promote energy equity through legislation to ensure that family islanders do not pay more for electricity. And he highlighted major investments in healthcare, family island infrastructure, immigration, and pension reform. The Minister of Finance said the budget is focused on delivering tangible improvements to the lives of Bahamians while laying the foundation for long-term national development and economic growth. Debate on the 2026-2027 fiscal budget will begin in the House of Assembly beginning 10 a.m. tomorrow. Well, as debate on the 2026-2027 fiscal budget gets underway Monday, CEO of Fidelity Bank and Trust and Clearing Banks Association Chairman Garwin Bell says he wants to see more details behind the numbers. His comments come as debate on the fiscal budget is set to begin Monday.
There are a number of things that I think are important to come out of this budget debate and conversation. We haven't heard enough about the National Development Plan in its specificity, and the reason I say that is because other than having a minister now assigned, if we are going to truly have perennial surpluses, we have to change the course of the way the country does business. It means we have to be focused on program-based spending. What are the programs that we're going to do in social services, health, education, and things that are around the pillars of the National Development Plan. We have to be managing our resources by those same programs as opposed to what I'm going to call the nonsensical debates that we have where we're talking about line item 86 and line item 200. You know, the average person doesn't understand what that means.
Well, the Fidelity CEO says officials must look at the programs that are being offered to determine what works and what doesn't, also adding that capital expenditure must also be addressed further.
When we talk about our infrastructure in the country, I think everyone would say it appears to be deteriorating right in front of our eyes. We have big projects that happen in pockets, but when we look at just the roads that we drive on, when we think about the general ports, the general government buildings, etc., and the budget is only saying about 2.5% of GDP, and they say developing nations need at least 5% per annum. So if you add that on, the surplus is eliminated. The revenue projections are based on GDP numbers that ultimately are susceptible to shocks like hurricanes, shocks like recessions, etc. So we need to be basing our numbers more on what we can collect as opposed to what I'm going to call estimation.
More support could soon be on the horizon for Bahamian entrepreneurs and small business owners. That's a message from President of the Central American Bank for Economic Integration, Gisela Sanchez, who says her organization is looking to expand cooperation with the Caribbean Development Bank. Sanchez made the comments during this week's 56th Annual Caribbean Development Bank meeting in Nassau, where regional leaders have been discussing new ways to drive economic growth and expand access to development financing.
The portfolio that we have of Central American loans we can give to the Caribbean Development Bank, and we can receive from them part of their portfolio, and in that way we diversify our portfolio. We can bring more financial resources to our countries, and of course we can improve the interest rates that we can provide. So that was a very intentional and concrete way to collaborate, and we are working on some other opportunities to collaborate.
Sanchez says small businesses and entrepreneurs remain a priority for her institution, describing them as a critical part of the region's economic future.
We do have funds for entrepreneurs, and yes, we do have funds for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. So hopefully we can collaborate with the Caribbean Development Bank and do more things together, learn from each other, learn about the mistakes that we're making and not replicate those mistakes, and of course bring the best that we have from our countries.
Public being urged not to respond to a text message claiming to originate from the National Insurance Board. The agency warns it is a scam that tells cardholders they must renew their NMB smart cards before June 2026 by clicking onto a link. Here's the director of the National Insurance Board, Dr. Tammy Francis.
We would have issued a public warning to all the media houses. I've had an opportunity to see it popping up at several of my WhatsApp groups, so we see that it is making its way out there. We have also placed a message out there on social media, and internally, as I said earlier, our cybersecurity and communications teams, they are actively monitoring this situation. And I want to also say to the general public to understand that NIB will never send out a message or a text message, an unsolicited text message of this type, asking for your personal information, and all or any communication from NIB will always come through our verified channels, through our website, or as you come into the board, our LinkedIn page, through social media, or through the media houses.
Now, the agency warning not to click the link, not to give any personal information, and to, in fact, delete the text if you have received it. Individuals who have already fallen victim to the scam are advised to contact their financial institution and take the necessary steps to secure their accounts.
Right now, we have placed a major emphasis into beefing up our cybersecurity team within the National Insurance Board. We are also working with relevant authorities to assist us in tracing the source of these messages and to disrupt the scam. We also have some very sophisticated applications internally that assist us with this type of these type of malicious events that I think hinge on to anything good that we are trying to do through the National Insurance Board.
Police investigating the country's latest homicide. More after this.
The tastiest thing about soccer is sharing it with the whole team, just like the new Ready for Soccer. A delicious lineup of 16 slices and 4 flavor sections. Perfect for sharing from start to finish, even beyond the 90 minutes. Get your team together and dig in, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
Police searching for suspects following a deadly shooting in the Fort Charlotte constituency Sunday afternoon. Authorities say the suspects remain at large as investigators work to determine the cause of the incident. Marishan Burrows has more.
A Sunday afternoon shooting in the Fort Charlotte constituency has left one man dead and 2 others injured as police launch an investigation into the deadly incident. Police Superintendent Leonard Ramsey says shortly before 2 p.m., officers received notice of gunshots on Boyd Road, where upon arrival of EMS personnel, one male was identified as deceased.
Our police control room received a report of a male being shot here on Constitution Drive. As a result, officers from the Southern Division responded here promptly to the scene, where they located a male suffering from what appeared to be gunshot injuries to his body. Emergency medical services were summoned here to the scene, where they examined the victim and reported that he had no signs of life. Prior to the police arrival, 2 additional adult males also sustained gunshot injuries below their lower extremities and were transported by private vehicle to the hospital.
Ramsey says the victim and the 2 other injured males were in a makeshift garage next to his home when 2 unidentified individuals approached the shed and began firing shots.
What we can tell you so far is that the deceased, along with these 2 other males, were in a makeshift garage next to their residence when 2 unknown males approached the gate armed with high-powered weapons and discharged in their direction, fatally wounding one of the males and injuring 2 others. We are in the preliminary of this investigation.
While the suspects remain at large, police are appealing to the public for any information that can help to solve this case.
We ask members of this community with any information to assist us in advancing this investigation. I also like to send a clarion call to those young men who seek to take the life of others to try to find more amicable ways of resolving their conflict, because a life taken is a life too many.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Marishan Barros.
Well, I'm Marishan Barros on the story tonight. Thanks, Marishan. Police looking into the discovery of the body of a male found with visible injuries on the side of the street in Gregory Town, Eleuthera this morning. Police have classified the matter as a suspicious death. Investigations continue. A couple was robbed of cash, cell phones, and a vehicle during an early morning armed robbery along Eastern Road. Police say 2 masked men, one armed, took $2,800 in a 2017 Chevrolet Cruze before fleeing in the stolen car. Investigations continue. A 20-year-old man is in police custody after police say an illegal firearm and ammunition were removed from the streets during a search in Pinewood Gardens Saturday. Officers executed a warrant just before 4 p.m. on Thatch Palm Avenue. Police say the weapon and ammunition were found concealed in a roof access door on the property. Investigations continue. 2 men are in police custody after officers seized a quantity of infused gummies, vape pens, and all cartridges during 2 separate operations over a 2-day period. The first bust happened on Fox Hill Road just after 11 a.m. when officers responded to reports of suspicious packages at a track road off the area. Police say they discovered 84 packages of infused gummies and 20 vape pens. The second operation came on Saturday after a search warrant was executed on Percy Road in Mount Pleasant. Nothing was found at the home, but officers say a follow-up search of a vehicle on Wilson Street turned up 164 vape pens, more than 100 oil cartridges, and additional edible gummies. Both men, ages 45 and 22, were arrested. Investigations continue. Yet another suicide attempt Saturday as a 27-year-old Eleuthera man is reported to have ingested a chemical substance in an effort to take his life. Police were alerted to the incident that unfolded shortly before 4 p.m. at a Colebrook Street home on Harbor Island. The victim's mother told police she saw her son consuming the chemical substance and managed to take it from him. The victim was taken to the Harbor Island Community Clinic, where he was last listed in stable condition and was set to be transported to New Providence for further treatment and a psychiatric evaluation. All Bahamas Power and Light deploying a technical support team from Nassau to Kidd Island to assist with restoration efforts after the North Feeder tripped offline during troubleshooting efforts at around 12:45 p.m. today, prompting power outages. BPL's Director of Communications, Theo Seeley, says by 1:37 p.m. the North Feeder was restored as far as Arthurstown. He assured consumers that restoration efforts will continue for all areas currently without power as crews work diligently to address the power outage. The power outages come as the signature 3-day cultural event on Kidd Island. The Rake and Scrape Festival is also underway on that island. Well, Day one of this year's Cat Island Rake and Scrape Festival being described as one for the history books. Scores flocked to the island over the weekend for a vibrant celebration of Bahamian culture filled with live music, traditional dance, local cuisine, and handcrafted goods, all anchored by the island's signature Rake and Scrape sound. Cameraman Dominique Nixon and reporter Valentino Pratt capturing all the highlights.
Who we are and what we are as a Bahamian people is unlike anything you can find anywhere, not just in this region, in the world. We are a unique species called the Bahamian people. And our music, our language, our accents, the way we see the world, our sense of humor, our rhythms, it is unique. So tonight we are celebrating our uniqueness as a Bahamian people. And we must embrace it. We must study it more. We must understand our history, our culture, who we are, what we are, and celebrate it to its fullness. That is what we must see in this country, embracing this gift that God has given us and celebrating our identity as a people.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, officially declared the 2026 Rake and Scrape Festival open at the Cat Island Airport site, welcoming the crowd as the Urban Renewal Band played on.
We started this event many years ago. It was supposed to be the Battle of the Bands, and somehow slipped away because of it being crowded with other events in other islands on this weekend. But we still kept it going, and we who are here remain to lift up this good music, the sweet music of Rake and Scrape. I have said to myself that from now on, we are going to ensure that this becomes not only just an event for us to come and remember who we are and express who we are, but we're going to make this an event that is indelible in the lives of each and every one of us. And we're going to start bringing back the bands from Long Island, from Andros and Acklands, where we are going to have the true battle of the bands to ensure that we have something important.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Valentino Pratt.
Well, this year's Bahamas Carnival Festival attracting scores of revelers, filling the streets with music, costumes, and energy, while organizers say the event continues to draw visitors and deliver a growing boost to tourism and the wider economy. Shaquille Dames has more.
Marketing lead for the Bahamas Masqueraders, Timothy Bain, says despite limited resources and a lack of corporate-supported marketing, Carnival continues to attract visitors from around the world, many of whom travel to the Bahamas specifically for Carnival weekend, with Masquerade Parade and Road March taking place here in the capital.
Year round, the biggest issue usually is always marketing, There's so much we could do because it's a small business, spending our own dollars on marketing. Previously, we had the government support, you had tourism, you had sports and culture really paying the marketing dollars, whereas we have to rely on social media, and as big and of a deal social media is, there's nothing like corporate, because in every single carnival in the world, there's carnival in about 50 countries in the world. Every single one except us, the government's involved. Firstly, for Masqueraders, we have 500 persons, which is not far off from our best years pre-COVID. And out of the 500, majority of them are tourists. So just to break it down, you have 400 people having to get a room, get a car, they have to eat food, they have to get makeup, they do their hair. So that's the injection of tourism dollars that just wouldn't come if it wasn't for Carnival this weekend.
While organizers highlight tourism impact, participants say the experience is what keeps them coming back. Content creator Krista showcased her costume, while first-time visitor Sierra called the Bahamas the perfect first carnival experience.
There's a lot of paint. This is the section called Tempt for Bahamas Masqueraders, designed by Anthony Knowles. And this is like a front line, all the feathers, you know, all the stops. Like, he does a really good job, especially with design. So if you notice, like, I have like little flowers all over the bra and everything like that. It's really beautiful. It's like one of the most beautiful costumes I've like worn in a long time. So I love it.
This is our very first carnival out internationally, so we're very excited to be out here. We got even more excited when we were told it was in the afternoon because no one wants to die in, you know, island heat sun. So we're very excited to be here.
And with hundreds of visitors traveling to the Bahamas for the event, organizers say Carnival continues to prove its value as both a cultural celebration and a tourism driver. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Oh, looks like a lot of fun. Sports is up next.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Good afternoon, I'm Wayne Wilson, bringing your weekend sports. And to top it off, action continued yesterday in the 14U Pony Championships over at the Andre Rogers Baseball Diamond. With both Bahamian teams in action in the featured game last night, Team Bahamas champs took on Puerto Rico following a dominating win on Labor Day versus Ecuador. The champs took it on the chin as Puerto Rico scored 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the third, 1 run in the fourth, and 5 in the fifth, to defeat the Bahamas 13-3 in 5 innings. Stellar pitching by Puerto Rico kept the champs' bats in check all night. Their 3 runs coming in the top of the fifth on a 3-run home run shot. In the earlier game, Team Bahamas host rebounded from their miserable loss on Friday to defeat Colombia 13-3. Skipper Mario Ford, still mourning the recent loss of brother Andy Ford, is honored to be coaching Team Bahamas host.
It means a whole lot, not only for me, but for the country, you know, and having to play under these conditions. You know, it's just that I have to go and be strong and do the things I need to do to get my team where they need to be.
Ford spoke about the significance of this tourney and his expectations for his squad.
You know, once you're wearing the Bahamas on your chest, that's pride. So it's a lot of pride, a lot of courage, and to represent the country, it's a great magnitude. Having this opportunity to do it. So I'm going to do it to the best of my ability with my team.
Action continues today with both teams playing later this evening. Now let's swing on over to the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium, where we got to take a look at the newly formed Island Youth Basketball League that was created by founder and director Jarrell Mullings to help develop our young hoopers on the court. Here's a few words from the director.
Yeah, so the Island Youth Basketball League was basically started to give kids in our country an opportunity to play, grow, and thrive through basketball. I didn't know about many fundamental or grassroots programs in the country, so I saw a need and I wanted to fill that gap. Create spaces where kids can come on a Saturday morning. For now, we want to definitely expand throughout the week and play the game, have fun, meet new friends, and just develop a love for the game while developing character first, and then also possibly creating opportunities for pathways that the game can lead to, whether that be college or pro. This is definitely a fundamental grassroots program. And Buddy Hildy was in here shooting around yesterday when we were setting up. And of course, these guys have a love and a passion for the game, so they're always willing to accept an invitation to stop by and pour back into the youth. So definitely grateful that those two stopped by today, just so the kids can see. Because if they can't see it, they can't be it. So it's just, I mean, words can't explain. It's a real inspiration when they can see a Bahamian who came from where they came from to get to the next level.
With stars like that in the building, this league must be on the right track. But once again, I'm Wayne Wilson, Zanesto Sports.
We're learning, even playing, we're having lots of fun. We're working with each other until the day is done.
100 public high school students graduated from the Technical Cadet Corps program, earning City and Guild certifications and skills in an array of areas, including accounts, employability skills, electronic engineering, graphic design, and coding. During the ceremony, educational officials, TCCP administrators, and instructors congratulated the students.
The success we celebrate today did not happen overnight. It was built through hard work, sacrifice, teamwork, and vision. When the program was relaunched in 2023, we enrolled 120 of you. Today, you stand 100 strong.
Ministry executives commended the ongoing partnership between companies and the Department of Education.
I really want to first say thank you to our corporate sponsors for ensuring that our children have access to opportunities. One of the goals of the Ministry of Education is to ensure that children have access to high quality, holistic, and globally competitive education. And those 4 core pillars are undergirded by 80 initiatives.
And we are pleased that so many of our corporate sponsors, the staff there, had been graduates of this program, so they knew what this program brought to the table. But I also want to say thank you to Minister Gladys Anna Martin, because she always had the feeling that there needed to be inclusivity and that all of our children should be equally dealt with.
Johnny McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Time now for a check on tonight's Sunday weather forecast. Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. We have on our live weather radar a line of showers and thunderstorms passing through the Turks and Caicos Islands and Inagua. Some of these showers are going to be locally heavy at times, resulting in some flooding in Inagua and parts of the Turks and Caicos Islands tonight and tomorrow morning. Now, outside of our studios, though, we have partly cloudy skies, but that will change later on with a temperature of 85 degrees. Relative humidity 65%. The winds are out of the east at 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.7 millibars. That is 29.99 inches. And your temperatures around the islands: Marshall, Babaco 82, Greentoe Key at 81, 81 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands 2 degrees up at 83, 81 in Allenstown, Bimini, Harbor Island, Roxanne, Lutra 84, 86 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, South Andros at 87, Fresh Creek and Central Andros 85 degrees. And then we'll pick up some more 85s in Georgetown, Exuma, Rum Key and San Salvador, 86 degrees, 82 in Crooked Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Ragged Island. Ackland's 83, Matchetown, Inagua at 81, Betsy Bay may go on at 83, and the Turks and Caicos Islands have a warm temperature of 87 degrees. Boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands: easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet, with your low tide taking place at 7:39 this evening. And for the central and southeastern islands, we're going to have southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Tomorrow, Monday, in the northwestern islands, those winds start to back up, becoming northeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The low tide tomorrow, that will take place at 8:16 in the morning, with the high tide at 2:30 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, absolutely no change there. That southeast flow will continue at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Satellite pictures in the Atlantic showing a couple of tropical waves right off the African coast. They're all gliding towards the east between 10 and 15 miles per hour, but no significant development of these waves are anticipated, and hence tropical cyclone development is not expected over the next 7 days. Closer to home, we have that low pressure system just to the northeast of the southeast bombers, with that trailing trough, which will continue to support pockets of showers and thunderstorms, some of which will be heavy at times. Meanwhile, we have have another surface trough to the north. That is drifting towards the southeast, so we will see an increase in clouds over the northwest Bahamas later on tonight and tomorrow morning. Forecast tonight, warm, clear to partly cloudy this evening, then becoming cloudy as that troughing gets a little closer. Low temperature tonight falling off to 78 degrees. And tomorrow, we're looking at a couple of morning showers as a result of troughing, then turning cloudy during the rest of the day with your high temperature climbing up to 86 degrees. Extended weather forecast, a brief cloudy period tomorrow, then the sun comes out on Tuesday and Wednesday, but we'll still have those